The Greensboro Public Library would like to welcome Rusty Nix, a Pokemon game player and card collector who's going to share Pokemon trivia.
Trivia quiz. So the first question I'm going to ask is who came first? There's lots of different Pokemon who are act as different faces or mascots for the series, but there was one Pokemon that was created to be the original mascot before Pikachu was. The very first one was Rhydon. He was the first one that was drawn. According to the original artist, Rhydon was the very first Pokemon, despite being all the way up at number 112 on the Pokedex. He was the very first one that they finished drawing. Move on to the next question here. A lot of people know that Pokemon can evolve, right? Charmander turns into Charmeleon, turns into Charizard. But did you know that there's one Pokemon that supposedly can devolve and go backwards? Which one of the following Pokemon do you think it is? Do you think it's Slaking? Do you think it's Slowbro? Do you think it's Dugong? Or is it Dusknoir? Answer to the question is, you got it, Slowbro. Good. Yep, Slowbro is the only one that can devolve, apparently, because the little clam that's on his tail is actually a Shelder. And when the Shelder bites him, the Shelder grows big and spiky, and he turns into Slowbro. But if the Shelder were to ever fall off, he'd turn back into a Slowpoke. Best-selling game. There's been 18 games in the series of Pokemon since it first came out all the way back in 1996. It's crossed lots of different players and generations of players, but what's been the best-selling game of all of them? The original ones, Red and Blue, Gold and Silver, their sequels, X and Y, which was one of the biggest ones of the newest generation, or Sword and Shield, the very newest one. All right, the answer to this one is Red and Blue. You're on a roll. Red and Blue. Despite the growing fan base with every new generation, the original games are still the best-selling Pokemon games with 31 million copies sold so far. That's a lot of Pokemon to catch. Now we're going to talk about the very first mascot. You know, Pikachu's kind of the face of Pokemon. Whenever you hear the word Pokemon, you typically think of Pikachu. But they originally wanted somebody else to be the face of Pokemon. Who do you think that was? Do you think it was Eevee? Was it Clefairy? Was it Rhyhorn? Or was it Charmander? Clefairy is the right answer. Poke Stars over here. Despite being a great Pokemon in the game, Game Freak, the original producers of Pokemon, decided that Clefairy wouldn't really work out because they thought because she was only round and pink and fluffy that she'd only appeal to girls, so they decided to make Pikachu, who would appeal to everybody, the main mascot of the series. We can talk about one of the newer games that's out here. This is Pokemon Go. Who all plays Pokemon Go? This is now 5 years into Pokemon Go. It came out in 2016, and right now we're here in the 5th anniversary, which is coming up this summer. Pokemon Go is a huge success. It actually has over 1 billion downloads. I wanted to give you guys a couple of little tips and tricks about Pokemon Go. Personal favorite tips on how to maximize your game and get the most out of Pokemon Go. The very first thing that you need to learn about, if you don't know already, is called quick catching. So when you pull up Pokemon Go on your phone and you come in and there's Pokemon in front of you, all you have to do is hold that little Pokeball, again in the corner down here, drag it to the right a little bit, and then take your other finger and throw at the Pokemon. And if you hit him with the ball, you can let go then. See how that menu pops up there? Then hit the run icon in the corner, and now you didn't have to wait for any of that animation to go through. There's a speedy way to catch Pokemon. Evolution and friendships for XP. Evolving Pokemon is great, and there's a lot of Pokemon that don't take many candies to evolve in Pokemon Go. So the best way to do it, if you need to level up and make your Pokemon stronger, is to save a whole bunch of little Pokemon like Pidgeys or Caterpies, and then once you get a whole bunch of them saved up, evolve them all at once using a lucky egg. It will double your XP. You'll get 2 times the XP for doing that. So you'll get twice as much XP if you save them all up in one bundle. To use lucky eggs, use them for special events like what's happening right now. There's a 4x catch XP, so that means for every Pokemon you catch, it's like catching 4 other ones. Use a lucky egg for those events and make it double the 4x, so that means 8x catch XP. That earn trade medals and make new friends. More trivia time. Who's the biggest Pokemon? Eternatus. For many years, Wailord held this title, but with the introduction of Sword and Shield, Eternatus takes the cake at 65 feet 7 inches. Wailord comes in at about 47 feet. Who is the heaviest Pokemon? Now, they may not look like it, but a lot of Pokemon are way heavier than you might think. Is it Snorlax? Is it Lunatone? Is it Cosmoem? Or is it Rayquaza? The answer is number 3. Being one of the smallest Pokemon on record, the dense star material of the Cosmoem also makes him the heaviest at a whopping 2,204 pounds. Right. So what's the most common type? Now, I remember you said earlier, you said fire type when we were talking about it. There were a bunch of fire types. Well, there's 18 different types altogether in Pokemon, hundreds of different combinations. So including these single types and these double types, which Pokemon type is the most common? Is it water? Is it normal? Is it grass? Or is it psychic? It's water. Water is the most common type. There are 144 water type Pokemon, and this makes up 16% of all the Pokemon out there. We're going to talk about the Pokemon trading card game for a minute. Do you know what the most expensive card is? The answer is first edition base set Charizard. While any first edition card is valuable, they all pale in comparison to first edition Charizard, which recently set an auction record with selling for over $360,000 in a perfect PSA 10 condition.
Thank you again to Rusty Nix for providing his Pokemon trivia and tips and tricks for catching them all. You can pick up Pokemon crafts at all Greensboro Public Library locations. And remember, the Greensboro Public Library is open every day, all day, online at greensborolibrary.org.